Welcome back to How I Booked WWE in 2020. We're starting from the beginning of COVID-19. Next up, it's Money in the Bank. 1. I-5 vs 5 and Christine Falcon vs Too Cool vs Bad Boy Crew. Bad Boy Crew and Too Cool doesn't do anything, so I decided to put them into the mix. I think this would work really well. But even then, the girl group I-5 retains. 2. Lucy Cardiff vs Dave Ferguson for the Universal Championship. Dave Ferguson challenges Lucy Cardiff for the blue belt, which Lucy accepts. The match ends with Lucy Cardiff retaining her Universal title. 3. Fay Wills vs Backstreet Boys for the WWE Championship. This match will be about 20 minutes. But even then, I would have Fay Wills retains the WWE title clean. Last, 6-man spelling bee match for the trophy. The contestants will be for the spelling bee are Britney Spears, Hattie Greenwood, Brooke Vincent, Tyra Howard, Ryan Palmer, and Catherine Park. I would have Catherine Park to win the trophy, because she needs a big push. Next up, it's Backlash. 1. Christina Aguilera vs Albert. Albert is the one who puts cup of tea on Coke on Christina Aguilera's cup. But in the end, Albert will end up cheap to win after Albert sprays Christina into a pepper spray. 2. Lucy Cardiff vs 5 and Christine Falcon in a 2-on-1 handicap match for the Universal Championship. If 5 and Christine wins, they have co-champs. But Lucy Cardiff is managed to retain her big blue belt. 3. Fay Wills vs Byron Saxton for the WWE Championship. Samoa Joe returns and he will be in Byron's corner. In the end, Fay Wills will end up retaining her WWE title. Last, Triple H vs John Cena. The match is for the best wrestler. But John Cena was managed to win this match due to the help from Eric Bischoff. Next up, it's the horror show of Extreme Rules. 1. I-5 vs Taylor Yeager and Colleen Ballinger in a tables match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I think this will work during this match. In the end, Taylor Yeager and Colleen Ballinger would win the SmackDown Tag titles. 2. Stephanie Joseph vs Samoa Joe for the United States Championship. Since Stephanie Joseph has stay home during the COVID-19 stay home, Samoa Joe would win by forfeit. 3. Brooke Vincent vs Backstreet Boys in an eye-on-eye match. I think this match would even worse. But Backstreet Boys will end up winning due to the help from Ben Bartle. 4. Fay Wills vs The Miz for the WWE Championship. The Miz challenged Fay Wills for the WWE title, which Fay accepts. In the end, Aldrich beverage volume is enough for Fay Wills to retain her WWE title. Last, Lucy Cardiff vs Dave Ferguson in a swamp match. This will not be for the Universal Championship. I would have Dave Ferguson winning due to Barbara Muggy's help. Next up, it's the party of the year, SummerSlam. 1. Georgie and Leary vs Anna Garrett and Melissa Christella for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Anna and Debs wins the #1 contenders match against Emerald's Head and Beth Lavin. In the end, Georgie and Leary retains. 2. James Seathrope vs Backstreet Boys. This was James Seathrope's debut match. But most importantly, Ben Bartle handcuffed Stephanie White, which allows the Backstreet Boys to pin James Seathrope for the win. 3. Fay Wills vs John Cena for the WWE Championship. Cena challenges Fay to a match at SummerSlam, which Fay accepts. But even then, Fay Wills ends up retaining her WWE title. Last, Lucy Cardiff vs Dave Ferguson in a Falls Count Anywhere match for the Universal Championship. This match will end their rivalry. But Dave Ferguson was managed to defeat Lucy Cardiff to win back his Universal Championship yet again. But then after the match, Little Mix returns from COVID-19 and attacks Dave Ferguson, with a help from debuting Amy from Outrageous Birth. This could lead to Little Mix turning heel.